Fourth Floor Features podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the new CW TV show, Riverdale, which the entire first season is on Netflix. Go watch it. Joining me, Lucas Drider, is the reluctant voice of Preston Garvey, Andrew Clark, and the relative expert on Cake Boss UK, Jade Morshauser. How you guys doing?
Wait, do you mean Great British Bake Off?
Is that what that is?
Did you just call it
Do you know
Cake
what
Off
Cake
UK?
Boss is? Cake Boss is just like an Italian guy that has a bakery in New York.
It's just people making crazy cakes. What's it matter what it's called?
They're competing, and it's very British.
I think they compete in Cake Boss, right?
No, they just make cakes. It's a bakery. You can go there.
It's a company. It's like Pawn Stars except with cakes.
Yeah, and that's actually a really good comparison. It's Pawn Stars, but with cake.
I was actually back home recently, like this weekend for my birthday. I went out to lunch with my grandfather, and not Cake Boss, Pawn Stars was playing at the bar we went to.
You spilled beer everywhere.
I did not. Oops, no, it dripped. It's fine.
BTW, folks at home, we drink during this. It's the only way we
We're
get
starting
through it.
this over, Lucas.
No,
Lucas, we're
No,
starting this over.
this is comedy gold. This is comedy gold.
We're nailing this, Andrew.
Jade, you've had 2
It's
sips of that
comedy
beer.
gold.
Stop acting like that. You've had 2 sips of beer and a half a milkshake.
I'm just a fun person. It's not my fault.
Okay.
So, Riverdale, the dark reimagining of the comics that came out in the 1940s.
I want to make a claim right here that I've made before to Jade, and I'm pretty sure you'll agree with it. And anyone who will probably not listen to this will also agree with me. Riverdale is just someone's Tumblr fanfic of the Archie comic series. Like, hey guys, what if Riverdale was a murder mystery and Archie banged everyone? Also, everyone's sexy. Literally, everyone is sexy.
You say that, but Archie comics for a long time had gotten to the point where they were just doing fan fictions. There's one where it's Archie versus the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
It's anything. This iteration of Archie comics, though, there's one thing that everybody's going to notice first, that we have to bring up first, have to address first. These teenagers are old as fuck.
That's not new.
I mean,
It's called child labor laws.
It's called the CW.
It's called child labor laws. Why are you gonna pay all that extra money to have a bunch of kids have tutors on set, and then your set day turns into 10 hours because like every like 2 hours they all have to take a break. So you hired people in their mid-20s to play teenagers. And they all have like baby faces, and it works. Like, why are you gonna hire child actors?
It doesn't, though. They are distractingly old.
I don't know. Like,
You get
16-year-old
used
Jade would
to
have been
it.
pining for Archie.
It's because you used to watch Teen Wolf.
Archie is just
I'm
CW.
pretty sure 22-year-old Jade is pining for Archie.
I'm 21.
You're pretty close.
Archie, 16-year-old Archie Andrews is more of a man than I will ever be. He is more of a man than Andrew and I put together. Maybe the three of us, we got a chance, but
I don't know
no.
about that.
Yeah.
Come on. Me we're talking about.
I don't know, it's just like, I think it's the CW is taking what MTV just lost because Teen Wolf is done, and they're just like doing their own version
I
of
thought
it.
Teen Wolf was on the CW.
No, Teen
No?
Wolf is an
Oh.
MTV show.
Oh.
Wow.
What?
I don't know nothing. Teen Wolf is an MTV show.
Haru.
They do get a lot of mileage out of shirtless Archie, though. Have you guys noticed that?
Yeah, I mean, like,
It's what you
every character in that show is ripped. Every guy is ripped. Except for maybe Jughead. And Jughead's still skinny fit.
He's cut. But runner's build, he is fit. And, like, I kind of get it, besides the labor laws thing, why they made all the, characters look and are played by older people. I would feel uncomfortable some of the stuff that happens in that show if it were a babyface 16-year-old.
Yeah, there's a lot of sex. There's a lot of sex for, like, 15-year-olds.
Like an actual 15, 16-year-old looking kid doing it with a 28-year-old teacher.
Yeah. It's still pretty weird. It's still pretty weird. But, I mean, yeah, Archie's abs are just obscene. Like...
Do you notice that people never say these things about women in TV? It's always men going, oh, why do the men look so good on TV? But women have to deal with this issue in all shows, so... You think the ugly women get on TV? No. Sexism.
Boom,
sexism. I mean, you're not wrong.
Give us something.
Betty and Veronica are old as fuck, too.
Yeah, they're very old and very attractive.
I don't know. Betty's kind of baby-faced.
Is Veronica...
I mean, so is Archie, but...
Yeah.
Are Veronica and her mom supposed to be Hispanic?
No.
No, I think... No.
I think...
They're just, like... I mean, I think they even reference it, like, offhand at one point that, like, what they refer to as, like, vague ancestry or, like, vague racial makeup or something like that.
I really don't want to go down this rabbit hole.
Mhm.
I feel like 9 times out of 10 this conversation would end badly. So instead, we're going to move on to what is good about the show.
The shirtless men.
Yeah. Shirtless women.
Not a lot of that.
Probably. Betty was introduced just wearing a bra, which I found kind of weird.
Like a 1960s bra. It was pointy. It was
It
pointy
was?
Lucas.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. I thought it was really weird. It's because, like, for the first episode, we were trying to figure out what era it took place in, because everyone's costuming was really weird.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's a good thing about the show. I think they, like, blended a lot of ages and eras together to try to, like, showcase how long Archie has been around as a thing in pop culture.
A lot of the times I do think it works really well, and that is a cool thing about the show. It's just once or twice there's something like really glaring, and that takes me out of it for a second. I think in one episode, like, it's a scene, Archie and Jughead playing Final Fantasy XIV or something on their PlayStation, and then the next scene it's Archie and his dad in the kitchen, and there's a rotary phone in the background.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, his dad uses that rotary phone before.
I've used a rotary phone twice in my life.
I've never had
a rotary phone.
I've never used one. I think the plot as a whole is pretty... Like, the plot as a whole, I think, is pretty well...
Agreed.
Pretty well made. I think the murder mystery does a pretty good job of, like, continuously escalating and, like, encapsulating, like, a lot of different, like, people in the show. Like, I think it works pretty well. There's just a lot of, like, character flaws that I, like, don't like, but...
I mean, it is a really good small town noir, and somebody from a small town, I can appreciate that. How, like, every character, like, and all the characters are very well developed, a lot of depth in all of them, but how every character, every family has differing relationships with other people, and even ancillary characters are still really well... there's kind of a contradiction to them that makes them a lot more compelling. For example... the sheriff of the town, who's like the dad of the gay son.
Mm-hmm.
He is a great dad to his like small town gay son, only openly gay kid in his school. But he's also kind of the richest families in town's bitch a lot of the time.
He's the sheriff. Like, that I get though.
Right.
Like,
The show makes an effort to make like it keeps. There's no like character that you can completely love. There's no favorite character. And I think that's really well done. I think that sucks you in. I get bored watching TV shows when everything is transparent. I don't like just watching a show and like there's like that one favorite character and then you just go back to that favorite character. Like I get bored. That's why I never finish a TV series.
No, I agree with you, but like you have like I think you would agree with me that there's a difference between like having depth in a character and gray tones in their morality, and just having a person flip flop back and forth every episode. Like Cheryl, I hate Cheryl as a character.
That's funny because I think Cheryl's the only character that I truly like on the show.
What? But I mean,
she's a wild card.
She's a wild card, but like I don't think she has a whole lot of depth. At least not in as far as I've seen in the show so far.
I mean, we haven't even finished the first season.
I know, but like she's the rich girl who's like very obviously snobby, and like a couple episodes in, she like turns like a new leaf. Or, you know, whatever the phrase is. And, like, you know, starts being kind of nicer. And it's like, oh, I just want to, like, find out the truth. And then, like, the next episode, she's, like, literally, like, best friends with Veronica. Like, they're sleeping over and stuff.
People. She's trying to get her way.
But then, like, but she just keeps flipping back and forth. She's like, I'm here to help you. And then, like, the next episode, it's not like you find out she was lying or something happened and she changed, she just goes back to being a bitch. And, like, drugs people and sneaks around and does a whole bunch of weird shit.
I mean, she just likes to get what she wants.
But, like, that's not, like, a thing in her character so far is what we've seen. It's just, you know, like, something will happen and she'll act a certain way, and then, like, the next episode she'll just, like, be the total opposite.
I think that's a
It's
very
like-
good portrayal of a teenage girl, personally.
I mean, I liked her insofar that everything bad in the show either happened to her or because of her or as a result of one of her actions. Not, like, indirectly. But I do feel like a couple of episodes, it was, okay, we need the plot to do this. How about Cheryl or Carol or whatever her name is? Just, that's her. And yes, that is an Archer reference for you folks at home. We'll get to that one eventually on the podcast. But, I feel like the last really good thing I appreciated about the show and put in the planning document that you guys apparently couldn't even bother looking at
Lucas, we're not going to read a planning document for a podcast.
is the cinematography. Or at the very least, the mise-en-scene. I really liked it. I felt it was well done, and compared to The Flash, a handful of scenes from The Arrow, and Supergirl, I think this might be the best looking show on the CW.
I mean, I watched Supernatural, which is also on the CW, and yet, while yes, it is better looking than Supernatural, it doesn't have to try very hard to do
It's
so.
not saying much.
No. How does it compare to Teen Wolf, which I think is a very comparable, like, teen drama that looks similar and has very similar looking, muscular 26-year-olds playing teenagers? Jade was a big Teen Wolf fan.
Is?
Is.
It's over.
I never finished the series. I'll get back into it. I don't know. How is it compared to Teen Wolf? Like, it's trying, I don't know, it's the same, like, style of show, but I don't know. I guess I'm always going to say, like,
I mean, in terms of production value.
In terms of production value? They're not comparable because they need to do different things with the show than Archie has to do. Because, like, you have to remember that Teen Wolf has a supernatural premise, so they need lots of special effects and, like, special effects.
We haven't finished Riverdale yet. You don't know that it doesn't.
I know. I don't know that it doesn't, but, like...
Jason could be a ghost.
These are zombies sometimes.
Well, I'm just saying, like, they have to do a lot of, like, supernatural, like, stuff, like, in, Teen Wolf, like, with makeup and, you know, special effects and all that thing. So I don't really know if you can really, like, compare the production value. Maybe they're the same. I don't know what it would look like if the CW had to do that. I don't know. Teen Wolf had more shirtless men. So, I think it's a little better.
Come on, season 2!
I don't know, like, I can't say that Archie's, like, better than Teen Wolf because I think the actors on, like, Teen Wolf are actually pretty talented. I don't know, I think Tyler Posey and, like, Dylan O'Brien did a really great job.
I do wonder how the budget was broken up for this show, because let's say in the ballpark, this show, the first season got the same budget as The Flash's first season. However, it used way less special effects. So,
Those sets take a lot of time and effort. Like, the detail, like, on the Archie set is pretty impressive.
Okay, that's fair. And yeah, now that I think about it, I do see the money in that one, in the sets a bit more there than the...
Because they're trying to make the time frame ambiguous
Mhm.
with that. That's what they're doing. They're mixing, which is a style that I enjoy. But they're mixing modern elements with, like, old elements from the original 1940s, 1950s comics. So, like, to make it ambiguous, they have to do a combination of, like, keep it, like, modern looking, but then they have to add lots of, like, little, like, vintage details to their sets. You can see that, like, on the diner, like, in some of the homes and stuff like that. So that's probably where the budget gets a little higher because, like, those items aren't cheap.
I am realizing now, too, how kind of minimalist the sets in The Flash were.
Like, a superhero film will probably
Yeah.
have more minimalistic sets
Mm-hmm.
than, like, a, I don't know, like, I guess, like a noir type thing, you know?
I mean, Archie doesn't have to have the same repeating shot of him running down the street
That's true.
that The Flash does, so I'm guessing that they probably managed their budget a little bit better.
Also, I hope Cody from the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody got paid in this.
Yes, he got paid. So. He's an actor. He got paid.
Like with a college degree.
More. I actually thought that was really cool that's why he hasn't been in anything in forever.
Just went to school.
Getting an undergraduate, yeah.
He's also an artist and a photographer.
Doesn't he take a bunch of nudes of himself?
I don't know. I've never heard.
No, I mean like photography. I don't mean like just sending him out on the internet. I mean like, isn't he his own muse?
No, I don't think so.
That sounds masturbatory.
Did you just make that up, or did you actually hear that somewhere?
No, I thought you told me that he like takes a bunch of nude pictures of himself, like artsy
said that to you.
The only thing I know about him and like his personal life is that he's an avid Twitter user, and when that monologue he gave during the party episode kind of went viral as a meme, he like jumped in on that real quick and was like pretty early on like made fun of himself. Although I think that was a great segue into what is not so great about the show. And first and foremost, I think that the show is great when it's focusing on the overarching narrative or the relationships between characters.
So the opposite of the overarching narrative.
Well, I mean, that's a big part of it, though, right? Like, learning who likes who, and like, that's part of like figuring out that who's done it, who's motivated to have done it.
This is an example of some Cole Sprouse photography.
That's douchey, though. That
no, it says a lot. He's playing a DS and crying and smoking.
Because we are using a audio sort of media, and those of us who are listening can't see what is on your phone.
They can imagine.
Cole Sprouse was smoking a cigarette while playing on a pink Nintendo DS.
And crying.
I think he was wearing eye makeup.
Yes, he was.
So that's that.
I think it makes a statement on like gender, as well as how we interact with modern technology in this age.
I mean, 16-year-old me would have thought that was deep as shit, but now I'm just kind of...
Now I'm an adult.
I'm a 22-year-old.
You guys are like 21 and 22, and you act like you're cynical and in your 50s.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, show's best when it's focusing on overarching narrative and character relationships. Not so great when it's focusing on depth of character. For example, the episode that, there's a 20 minutes altogether focused on like Archie trying to get over his stage fright. It can be summed up in basically, hey gang, we have to take a break from investigating this murder so that Archie can get over his stage fright.
It is still a show about high schoolers. And
but that's when it sucks, though.
I agree that the show is best when it's focusing on the murder mystery aspect of the plot. And that the, sort of bits of high school stuff are kind of crappy. But that's because it's a show about high schoolers on the CW, and it's going to be crappy. There's nothing they can do about that. That's just what it is.
I mean, they can not focus on that stuff. They can not make Betty and Veronica make out in the first episode.
They could make Archie be a grizzled detective with a drinking problem. Would that make it better?
Am I the only one who's a little, disappointed or weirded out by how quickly everybody got over the fact that he was banging his teacher?
Oh, that should have been, the plot.
Yeah!
That should have been the story of the fucking season.
That, as somebody from a small town, if that were to happen in real life, no, that's what everybody talks about for a year.
At least.
And this show, it's like, well, we'll talk about it a little bit the episode after, but then, no.
They brought it up, a couple episodes later, and no one made a big deal out of it. And, everyone found out. They're like, oh, what? Archie banged his teacher? And no one said anything afterwards.
That makes sense. Have you seen him? Come on.
Yeah, I banged my teacher. I'm 27 years old.
I feel like as we continue to talk about it, the age of the actress is only going to get older.
Yeah, he's 47.
What I have in the planning doc. Characters aren't always true to their established character and sometimes just do whatever the plot needs them to do. I felt like that was really Cheryl got that. She was shafted like that more often than not. But Betty had like a 180 that I thought was really weird in the show, right?
No,
the whole
I don't
like
know.
I'm crazy, no I'm not, yes I am sort of thing.
Well, like when she was introduced in the home, it's like, no, oh, okay, she is pretty wackadoo. She is messed up because she's so in love with this guy and also pregnant. But next
Wait,
episode,
No,
What?
you're confused.
Polly, sorry,
Polly.
Polly.
Yeah.
Polly
I'm
was
like,
pretty
what?
like wackadoo when she was introduced to living in the home, but then like the next episode afterwards, she's like, "No, I am coherent. I'm understanding what's going on."
But I mean, like, that was the whole thing. They addressed that. They're like, like, do you think she's actually crazy? Like, you saw the way she was talking to me. And then they, like, explained it, like, as, no, she just doesn't want to be held captive in literally a loony bin full of silent nuns that beat you if you speak.
You went to Sunday school. You know what's up with that.
Yeah, wouldn't that make you fucking scared? She wasn't actually crazy. She was just scared out of her mind.
Do they actually have nuns at Catholic Sunday school?
Yeah.
Yes.
They run it.
Nuns are exclusively
I
Catholic.
thought like nuns like lived in like a house in like the hills or something. And
No, they
interact
help with
society.
churches. They, like, help run
They-
churches. That's, like, their big thing.
I thought nuns were more like an urban legends.
The best way
the actual employees.
The best way to think about it is if the pastor is the face of the church, the nuns are running the back end.
The nuns are, like, I don't know, the
Stagehands of the church,
Yeah, I guess.
kinda.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's weird.
They take care of, like, the charity stuff. They take care of setting it all up. They organize all the events and the services. They do the outreach. They do all the, like, Sunday school education stuff. They probably have a big hand in, like, private schools, like religious schools. Yeah, I had a church, like the church that I went to was, like, run by, like, 4 separate priests who were on, like, a rotation. And they were all, like, they all showed up to Sunday, like, mass, like, once a month. Because they were part of, like, some weird, like, network of churches.
Wait, how big was your church?
Like, what do you mean, how big was it?
Like, how many people were at a service? Like, how many services a day and how many people?
Like, they had, I know they had Saturday mass and then 2 Sunday masses.
And, like, how many people at each one?
I mean, I only went to, like, the early Sunday mass and there was, like, a couple hundred people there.
I mean, the home she was in was pretty fire and brimstone, but that's...
Yeah.
Well, actually, if they're going for like this is the part of the show that really gets the 1950s vibe, then that was accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys, because I know you haven't quite finished up the season yet, did you guys see the monologue where Betty is just like, there's a darkness inside
Yeah.
each other? This is,
That was weird.
I was watching this at like 11:30 at
Okay.
night. That scene came on. I was marathoning it a little bit. I was out of it. I was about to fall asleep. She says that line, there's a darkness inside me, Jughead. And I yelled like as loud as I can at the TV. Have you tried locking it up?
Lucas, not a whole lot of people get that reference.
But for the ones that do, it'll make their day.
Oh, The Flash. I didn't watch any of season 3.
I watched half of it.
I watched one
and
episode. That was
Maybe
it.
that's the thing I like do next with my free time in the summer. But the last like negative point I had about the show is that Archie's kind of boring. And
Yeah.
He's very straight-laced,
He's a
except for
fuckboy.
when he's banging literally everyone with a vagina.
But no, that's like the comic. Like, he always tries to do the right thing and be a good guy. But
Oh my
again,
God.
everybody wants to bang him and he bangs everybody.
What?
I bet in the next season he like fucks a guy. It's going to happen. It's going
Archie.
to happen.
Gay Archie.
He's going to like
The
have sex with
fanfic,
someone.
the fanfic is complete.
Okay, side note, I really like that this show made Moose like bisexual or bi-curious or gay or
I don't know.
whatever
I don't
he
know
is.
who Moose is because like I know who he is in the show, but like, is he a character in the comics?
Yeah, in the comics he's usually just like an underdeveloped, in terms of character, an underdeveloped meathead football player. But the fact that he's like, maybe I'm gay, maybe I don't know, I'm into this though. Like that's really, that from a writing
He
perspective,
was,
that was
he was in 2 episodes. The next time they showed him, he was getting mugged.
I liked it. I like that they're changing up the norm a little bit. Also, I think Jughead is my favorite character.
It's everybody's favorite character.
But I liked him less and less as the season went on.
Yeah.
Jughead, to me, at least in the iterations I've experienced of him, his defining thing is that he's always kind of above, like, some of the shit other people are dealing with, which is usually just, like, romantic stuff. And he's like, guys, we're 15 years old. This shit isn't going to matter in 10 years. Maybe do something like
constructive.
more. Yeah, constructive. And I get a little bit of it in this, in that he's kind of removed from situations enough to be like, no, guys, this is the right thing to do. This is the thing you should be doing. But that kind of, as the show goes on, he gets more goth, and I don't really like that.
Who?
Jughead.
He's not goth.
It's not goth.
Emo?
No.
He's just has a hard home life.
Yeah.
Wednesday
his
Addams?
dad is awful.
Okay, his peak for me was maybe the scene where he does Jughead Jones was here in the movie, the drive-in, like the day before they're about to tear it down. That was really cool, and I felt like that.
I actually didn't see that episode.
What?
Jade watched an episode without me. I didn't want to rewatch it.
Wait, which episode?
The one where he like spray paints and you find out that he lives at the drive-in.
Oh.
That's like the best Jughead episode,
Mm.
because like there's a whole story happening, and like he's a side character in that episode. Like he's going through a lot of shit. You only see little bits of it, and then you get to fill in the blanks for yourself. But whatever.
You know who I don't like?
Who?
Betty.
Why don't you like Betty?
I hate Betty.
She has a darkness inside
I
her.
really
How can you not
want
like her?
Jughead to dump her for good, and I want that to be over.
Who's he gonna get with instead?
Archie.
Archie.
Yes.
We're going full Tumblr now. Okay.
Jughead should get involved with Cheryl.
I could never see that happening, but considering Archie Comics is just a series of characters who wouldn't expect to get with each other, getting with each other, then yeah, okay, that'd be fun for a couple of episodes.
Yeah, I don't know why I hate Betty so much. Like, I wonder if it's like this weird like thing where I think she kind of looks like me.
Maybe it's because she dressed up in lingerie and a black Uma Thurman wig, chained a dude to a hot tub, roofied him, poured syrup on his face, and then tried to drown him. And then said that she was someone else and thought that he was a totally different dude.
Yeah.
I hope
Also, she has a darkness inside
No.
her.
I don't know.
she just needs to lock it up, man. I know she can't, but that's all she needs to do. I'd like that to be explored more, because I don't think it ever is. And spoiler alert for you guys,
Season 3.
it's not season 3. Not even getting to it in season 2.
Come on, it's the
How many
CW.
seasons are out? Because we're watching this on Netflix, but
Just one season. Season 2 comes out in October.
okay, on the CW too, or is it already
It
out?
will still be on the first episode premieres on the CW in October.
Oh, okay.
So, did they put it all on Netflix like as soon as the season ended?
Which they did for the Flash too. So I think it's their like.
Okay.
Well, and nowadays, like, yeah, that's how
'Cause
people
for-
get into shows.
Yeah,
right?
but like the CW, like I know with Supernatural because I used to watch it. They wouldn't put it on Netflix until a month after it came out on DVD.
It's just because the negotiations with Netflix takes a bit.
Also, I feel like Supernatural is old enough that like they have a long-term contract that okay, DVD is where we go first off the bat,
Okay.
and then the other mediums afterwards.
Okay. Also, maybe they wanted more people to watch it since it was like a new show.
That's true. I don't know. You guys have any critical thoughts? Anything you want to talk about the show?
No, why are you pointing at me?
I thought you might.
Oh no.
What as two people who have yet to finish out the season, what do you hope happens in the next 3 episodes you have to go?
Betty doesn't get back with Sugar.
I hope that it all turns out well, and Jason's still alive, and everyone lives happily ever after, and it's not a murder mystery anymore. Now, who am I kidding? I hope that a lot more people die, and then they have to solve those
I hope
murders.
Polly stops drinking all those fucking milkshakes. It's weird.
Think of the baby.
Yeah, why
Also,
are you drowning your baby in milkshake?
They drugged her. They drugged a pregnant girl.
By the way, a very little thing that I love about the show is that Betty and Polly's mom is introduced giving her daughter an Adderall prescription that she doesn't need.
Yeah, no.
That is great, like, establishment of character, because we know 100% now what she is about, who she is.
I hate that they tried to give her mom redeeming qualities. They're like, oh, she had, like, a really bad childhood, and, like, her husband made her get, like, an abortion when they were 17, and now she's in kind of, like, this relationship that she's stuck in. Like, no, you forced your children to give Adderall, you sent your pregnant daughter to literally a loony Catholic bin, a Catholic loony bin.
Okay, guys, though, what if, have you ever seen the episode Dr. Phil with the girl that thinks she's pregnant? She thinks she's carrying...
No, Jade, no one has seen Dr. Phil.
People watch Dr. Phil, okay?
No one here.
People watch Dr. Phil. So...
You interrupted me for this?
Yes, it's really important. What if Polly's just like the girl in Dr. Phil that thought she was pregnant, but wasn't? Like, what if
She got an ultrasound.
You guys...
What if it's fake? What if it's all fake? What if it's just all fake?
What if Jason's not dead?
It's as somebody who's seen it out, has seen the entire season, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's worse than that.
It's a
demon babies. Did you say demon?
Yeah, I said demon.
I said demon.
Worse than demon babies.
She's just fat.
Redheads.
All milkshakes.
Oh yeah, the nuns were force feeding her milkshakes like she was on a hunger strike. No, yeah, this is actually a great way to close it out. What's your guys' favorite, like, moment from the show that you've seen so far? Like, a scene or an interaction that you're like, oh, shit, this is actually really good. Not only for something on the CW, but in, like, television in general.
When Betty put on a black Uma Thurman, changed into the hot tub, poured maple syrup on it. I hate the maple syrup, like, thing on the show. Just to put that out there.
Because that's how the richest family is rich.
No one likes maple syrup.
Should it be like coal or something? I think my favorite scene might be when Archie's dad goes to Clifford Lodge, the like rich guy in town, and it's just like, I know what you're trying to do. I know you're trying to railroad me and shut my business down. I'm an old, like, small town guy. I'm legally obligated to fight you man to man on this. And the guy's like, I'm rich and the sheriff is my bitch. He's like, damn, you right. And he's like, I'm gonna go. He just like goes home and he's like, he like kind of faces the facts and he's like, I can't do this. He's like, I'm gonna try because like I have to because that's who I am. He's like, but we all know how this is gonna work out, Archie. He's like, yeah. Like I like that he was very pragmatic about it. He's like, this is something I have to do. I know this isn't gonna work out for me.
Hello. I just want you to know that I'm coming for you. Probably not gonna work out well for me. Okay, bye. Well, if that's not a great note to end it on, I don't know what is. And I think the fact that we've all finished our drinks probably compounds that.
I didn't say my favorite moment, though.
Yeah, you did. You said the syrup in the hot tub.
What's your actual favorite moment?
My actual favorite moment was Betty finally took her hair out of the ponytail.
God, you ruined it.
She didn't look great with that. Am I the only one that thinks like all of the cheerleader scenes are kind of weird and
oh my god,
they're really dumb.
Oh my god,
they're way too sexy and also like not even cheerleading. They're just dancing. It's weird.
I am like, and it's really like obvious like what they're trying to do, and hey, this is why everybody's 24 and not actually 16. But then I'm like, the characters are 16, so this is like. Fast forward.
Veronica's dancing makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's way too sexy.
Well,
You know what I mean.
No,
exactly.
exactly.
It's too sexual for high school cheerleading dance.
They all wear like baseball tees as their uniform. That's like not functional.
The fact that they're all dressed the same is also like kind of weird to me.
They're uniforms.
But
They're practicing, and like
Oh.
I mean, all of like the sports I did in high school, cross country, basketball, and golf, like even okay, basketball was the only one where it was closest to us all wearing the same thing. But even then, it's like okay, some people are like wearing like white shirts under their shirt, or some people have like a different ratty practice uniform than the rest of us. The fact that they all like are wearing the exact same thing.
It's because they printed
weird.
those out at the production company 5 minutes before the shoot started, and they're not gonna like take the time to like make them different. They just printed out 20 of the same shirt, and that's the scene, or that's the like clothing they're gonna wear for that
It
shot.
bothers me because that's not what you wear to a dance practice. If they're actual like a dance team or a cheer team, that's not what you wear. It doesn't work.
I like that 5 minutes ago we found the perfect place to end, and then we started talking about cheerleading.
That's my fault. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm not sorry.
I know.
So, Riverdale, Season 1. In summation, surprisingly good. Like, better than anybody would have thought a live-action Archie TV show that's also a noir was going to be. But also has some frustratingly disappointing and downright uncomfortable moments. That
I don't think that makes the show bad, though. Like, you're ending with the negatives.
Mhm.
And like I think that it is more of a positive show than it's a negative show. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Yes, there are bad parts of it. There's bad parts of any show. You can Mystery Science Theater 3000 Game of Thrones and Westworld to the cows come home.
Yeah, but then Ryan yells at you. Shout out to Ryan, our editor.
Anyway, I think it's a good show.
And I would agree. I'm hooked and I'm way on board for Season 2. Jade, you gonna give it more of a... what's your ending opinion?
It's good.
I don't think the mic even picked that up.
All right, I think that's a good place to end it. We see you guys next time on the podcast.
Thank you so much for listening. Remember to follow Fourth Floor on Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit, if you can do that. I don't know Reddit very well. But
Pinterest, Snapchat, Instagram.
God, now I have to set up a fucking Snapchat, Pinterest, and Instagram plus.
Follow
Thanks,
us on
Andrew.
Follow us on FetLife,
On Foursquare.
Farmers Only,
On Foursquare. On LinkedIn.
Foursquare.
I don't
LinkedIn.
even know what
Follow us on
Foursquare
LinkedIn.
is.
Follow us on Black People Meet.
Did you say Tinder?
Follow us on Tinder.
Well, you can't follow us on Twitter, but if you see us, you should swipe left.
You'd probably find us easier on Grindr. PlayStation Now. Xbox Live.
I like how all of these are listed before MySpace.
You can battle us on Just Dance, Xbox Connect.
1v1 me on Counter-Strike. I've never played Counter-Strike.
Oh, we should remember that social game where what was that like? It was like a online Pictionary. Like it was like called like Draw Me or something like that. And like you're supposed to people and the people draw. Yeah, you should meet up with us on that.
Draw Me or whatever it's called.
But before you do any of that, remember to like this video and subscribe to this channel and hit the bell thing next to the subscribe, because I guess YouTube is shit and we're all just okay with that, and instead of complaining, we're compensating. So on that mega downer that I definitely didn't intend, thanks for watching, have a great day, and check out our other content. Bye guys.